JBN, we keep you informed. Coming up in the news today, tour operator killed in the grill, two taken into custody. Female vendor shot dead in Buff Bay, Portland. U.S. fugitive nabbed in Westmoreland. St. James top cop moves to crack murders in the parish. Three robbers killed in St. Catherine by licensed firearm holder. Handcart operators say no to license, and NAA closes bridge in Trelawny overnight. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items. Tour operator killed in the grill, two taken into custody. The Westmoreland police have taken two persons of interest into custody for questioning in connection with the murder of a tour bus operator at a car wash in his home community in the parish on Wednesday morning. The deceased has been identified as 35-year-old tour operator Akina Safri of Whitehall District in Negril, Westmoreland. Reports are that about 8:46 a.m., Safri was waiting for his motor vehicle at a car wash when he was pounced upon and shot by unknown assailants. The police were summoned and he was taken to hospital, where he was pronounced dead. The Negril police are investigating the incident. Female vendor shot dead in Buff Bay, Portland. The Portland police are probing another homicide after heavily armed men sprayed bullets on a group of family members, leaving a female dead in Buff Bay in the parish on Wednesday night. The deceased woman has been identified as 52-year-old Sandra Gordon, a vendor of Diamond District in Buff Bay. Preliminary reports are that Gordon was sitting with relatives outside a shop, which they operate in Olivier District, about 8 p.m., when men armed with rifles approached them and opened fire. It is further reported that the relatives managed to escape unharmed, leaving behind Gordon, who was shot several times. The gunmen then fled the area. The police were later alerted, and on their arrival, Gordon was found laying on the ground with gunshot wounds. She was taken to the hospital, where she was pronounced dead. No motive has yet been established as investigations continue into the incident. U.S. fugitive nabbed in Westmoreland. The police have apprehended an American man who is wanted on an extradition warrant for drug-related offenses and homicide in the United States. He has been identified as 23-year-old Isaiah Benjamin Stewart of Wind Meadows Boulevard Apartments in Gainesville, Florida. The police said Benjamin was nabbed during a special operation that was conducted on Howell Road in Darlington, Westmoreland, between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. yesterday. The accused is currently awaiting an extradition hearing. St. James top cop moves to crack murders in the parish. While there are fresh jitters among stakeholders in St. James as a result of the post-state of public emergency SOE spike in murders, Superintendent Vernon Ellis, commanding officer of the St. James Police Division, remains confident that a strategy is now in place to blunt the lawlessness. We have studied the variables involved in policing in St. James, and we have used that to develop a five-pronged strategy which will be used to tackle the situation, especially in regards to murders, shootings, and robberies, said Ellis. While we cannot disclose methods and strategies for obvious reasons, we have already rolled out aspects of the plan, and we are seeing encouraging results, said Ellis, who has had extensive command experience in various units to include the Lottery Scam Task Force. Ellis believes that once he is able to fully roll out his plan, St. James should see murders, which fell from 335 in 2017 to 103 under the state of emergency last year, dipping below the 100 mark for the first time since 2006, when the lottery scam emerged and wanton lawlessness followed. Having had a chance to study the impact of the SOE in terms of how the criminals operate, interacting with the various communities, building the scope for public trust, along with retaining the assets to fight crime, Ellis is of the view that the situation is ripe for a meaningful assault against criminal elements in the parish. We have basically retained all the assets from the SOE, including the ability to call in here support when needed, said Ellis. Except for the fact that the military is no longer able to operate on their own, and we are no longer able to detain criminal suspects without charge for extended periods. We have all the other resources at our disposal. While St. James has had 23 murders since the start of the year, Ellis said that the police have had some successes in blocking the re-entry of criminals who had fled the SOE, as well as removing a number of illegal guns from the streets and arresting gangsters. We have apprehended several gangsters, to include one top-tier member of the G-City gang, said Ellis. We have also seized a number of illegal weapons. I think the number stands at about 18. Ellis is calling on residents to stay calm and to support the police's effort to remove criminals and their corrupting influences from the various communities. 3 robbers killed in St. Catherine by licensed firearm holder. The police are reporting that 3 gunmen were fatally shot by a licensed firearm holder during an attempted robbery at a premises in Port Henderson, Portmore, St. Catherine on the night of Wednesday, March 13, when Beretta 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 17 9mm rounds of ammunition was seized during the incident. According to the police, about 9:15 p.m., the licensed firearm holder drove onto his premises when he was attacked by 3 armed men who opened fire, hitting him. The licensed firearm holder returned fire and the assailants were shot. The police were alerted and all 4 persons were taken to hospital, where the gunmen were pronounced dead and the licensed firearm holder admitted in serious condition. Residents of Armada Courts, located opposite the Forum Hotel complex on Port Henderson Road in Portmore, are saying the encounter was like a scene out of the gunfight at the OK Corral. When the smoke had cleared, the licensed firearm holder had shot and killed 3 men in repelling a reported attack at his home. Of the deceased men, the source on the ground said 2 of them died at the spot, while the 3rd man swam across a nearby canal and ended up dead over the next side. Residents of Armada Court said it was the 2nd such attempted robbery against the licensed firearm holder. And cart operators say no to license. And cart operators in downtown Kingston won the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation KSAMC to get rid of their handcart licensing policy. The operator said that the council had failed in its attempt to bring order to handcart operators in the commercial district and that any plans to continue this practice is nonsensical. A foolishness them something there, cause a tax poor people who are trying to do them thing. And from them do it the one time I first hear something about it again, shared Troy, who said he has been operating his handcart since 2013. He said the terms of the license were not fulfilled by the council. We not even do no workshop. We just have the money and sit to it that we have the money and pay about 3,000 to 3,500, and then we wait to get we plate and them thing there, he said. Another operator who sells produce on his cart said that a better idea would be if the council assigned cart operators to designated areas and to charge them a fee. I don't think the license is a good idea, unless you don't know, so we sell like Orange Street and we are pay for which part we sell. That would be a better idea for we. But me not feel like it's a good idea about license because of the same result, he said. In addition, he said even though he got his license, he was still being harassed by the police. Me think that the police them in trouble we again with the cart and take over food, but them still do it. So me not see the point of registering a license in my cart, he said. Meanwhile, Smith, who makes and rents handcarts, said that if the KSAMC decides to resume the licensing, then they should include some benefits for the operators. Me don't know if them have no benefits, so that when you license your cart and if a man mash up your cart or thief your cart, you can get a little help to buy back some board and some wheel, he said. Winston Ennis, Deputy Mayor of Kingston, said that the council is currently reviewing the policy. We're going to be reviewing the situation and then make a decision. This decision could be to start registering them again or dismantle it, he said. To regularize the activities and bring order to the handcart operators in downtown Kingston, the KSAMC implemented a licensing system in 2013. Approximately 400 handcarts were registered. NAA closes bridge in Trelawny overnight. Former Jamaica Labour Party JLP caretaker for Northern Trelawny, Dennis Meadows, has blasted the National Works Agency, NAA, for the sudden closure of the century-old bridge at Rock District that connects the community and Falmouth. I cannot fathom how an organized and civilized country with respect for its citizens permanently closes a major road overnight. It is grossly unacceptable and will not be tolerated by the people of Falmouth. No way, Meadows, who is a Trelawny businessman, expressed. The heavily traversed bridge was closed on the night of Wednesday, February 27, much to the surprise of members of the public. In fact, no prior warning was given to the public before the action. Community Relations Officer for the NAA's Western Region, Janelle Ricketts, could not confirm if the bridge will be permanently closed. My information is that it is closed now and we're determining the way forward, but I cannot say it will be permanently closed, Ricketts said. She explained that during a recent inspection of the structure, it was discovered that key components are worn and the bridge is severely compromised, placing motorists at risk. The structure was some time ago closed for critical repairs. However, we understand that the age of the bridge has rendered further maintenance works unfeasible. President of the Trelawny Chamber of Commerce, Delroy Christie, argued that the urgent closure of the aged bridge is a reflection of its neglect by the NAA. They seem to have had an emergency because they didn't realize the extent to which the bridge had deteriorated, which obviously is a problem on how they maintain their bridges. It didn't happen overnight. It happened over a long period of time. They should have anticipated it and make provisions for when they are going to maintain the bridge. This apparently wasn't done, Furious Christie said. Member of Parliament for Northern Trelawny Victor Wright said he supports the closure in the interest of public safety. He, however, has issue with the NAA for not adequately informing motorists of the alternate routes. I think the NAA could have better signage and notification given to the community on alternate routes, improved signage, road markings, and stoplights along the highway, Wright said. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.